What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the garage, and we are here on another live show Thursday. Give people some time to get on in here. What's going on, Cole? Welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, Mr. Schmidt. Meddy, good to see you. Hey, Snow. Dude, I almost slept through it. I was taking a nap. What up, Joe? Yeah, I was taking a nap and almost slept through it. I was like, uh-oh. Happy May the 4th, everybody. Anybody watching some Star Wars tonight besides me? What up, MK? Joseph, WS6, good to see you again. Steven? Mark H? Enzo, what's up? Hey, Sean. Return of the Jedi on right now. Oh, got Guardians of the Galaxy 3, huh? Hey, Fuzzy. I bet I was watching Rise of Skywalker, which I think might be my favorite, even though it's not that good. I don't know. I really like that movie. I did watch The Last Jedi. Watching hockey tonight. I watched baseball earlier. I watched the Pirates lose their third game. What up, Andrew? Watch them lose their third game against Tampa Bay. Pirates still doing decent. Tampa Bay is just going to be hard to beat this season, as usual. Joe, go ahead, man. Holly Terminator X. Ask away. Hey, David. Jackie, what's going on? Yeah, I like Mandalorian. The third season was meh. Steve, you're dating yourself. You saw Return of the Jedi in the theater. What up, funny muffler? I got to see the prequels in theater. Not quite as adventurous. Why are my windows not working, I wonder? They're running behind today. Oh, well. 420, 430 never came back with the cheaters. Good to know. Good to know. What, the original Star Wars? What's the subject today? You guys tell me. This is the live show. Let me try this. Hold on. Let me reload this screen. I'm still here. Why are you not working? Stupid widgets. Let me try this. Ah, there we go. There we go. We're on the right track now. It's always something. Then I do that and it goes away. Way to go, Kyle. Way to go. Way to break it again. Ah, we got a new member. Justin, welcome to the membership. Have your wrench. Yeah, healing up good. Healing up good. I need to get back in to see the doctor, though. You can email me, Joe. Go over to the website. What up, Sonic Supra? Seen the thread about the tuning dynamic error for MAF and VVE. Hey, there we go. Now our text scroll is working. What up, Brad? Which one is it, man? Which one is it, Schmidt? Because there's been a few of them. Is this a new one? Is this an old one? What bread? It's new. Nope, I'll have to go over and check it out. Maybe somebody's finally cracked it in a way that works because... Does it work, Mike? What up, James? How you been, man? Been a long time no see. How well do the stock plastic intakes flow for the Gen 3 LS? Are they flow matched? Honestly, don't know. Oh, you like that? Thanks, Mike. HP Tuner sends me free stuff every once in a while. Stock plastic intakes. I'm sure there's somebody in here that can chime in better than I can on how well the stock plastic intakes flow for the Gen 3 LS. I'm guessing that they're probably not a huge restriction compared to the stock heads. Thanks, bastards. Yeah. My qualms with the Holley tuning software, I don't have any qualms with the Holley tuning software. I've qualms with the hardware. I don't like the hardware. Specifically, I don't like the wideband drivers. The wideband controllers in the built-in hardware seem to be junk on everything. Terminators, HPs, snipers. I know, James. It has been a while, man. But I still see your name pop up in the comments every once in a while, so I know you're still around. Just got done 3D printing my LS intake tube and airbox. Been a month in the works, I'd reckon. Would you print it out, Jonathan? What material? TBSS and Gen 4 truck the same. They're pretty close. Any chance you'd ever do a Haltech Nexus R5? Scott, I'd love to. I don't know if I've got any projects in the near future about that would require me to run Nexus, but I'd definitely like to check those out. I know they're pricey, but I think it's probably because they're worth it. Should get better now that they bought AEM. I think the only thing that's happened is that since they bought AEM, the quality of AEM stuff has gone down. Cutting it out in nylon. Good. Flow in regards to being even cylinder. Yeah, I'm not sure. Steve, you should hit up, what's his butt out in California? Buddy of the garage. Guy that makes all the engine dyno videos. Congrats, James. Why am I drawing a blank on his name all of a sudden? Help me out, guys. Richard, thank you. I haven't talked to him lately, but you should message Richard Holdner and get his idea on it, because if anybody know, it'd be him. Because if he hasn't already tested it, he will. What torque PIDs it should be logging to help tune the torque tables on Gen 5? Okay, so it's a little bit tricky. Log all of them. But basically you're looking for delivered engine torque and then predicted engine torque command and immediate engine torque command. What up, DZ? How you guys doing? Gen 5's head on a Gen 4 LS3. LT1 heads on an LS3? I don't know. I'd be interested to see if everything being the same on the 5 and the 4, whether or not the ports, like water ports and stuff, match up. It's been so long since I've had heads off of a 5th gen. I don't really remember. On my turbo-based DC table on the row axis says its desired pressure ratio. Do you know what the math is? So desired pressure ratio has to be over something that's known as static. So probably over barometric. So it'd be boost over barometric. Yep, like Andrew says, map over baro. Jackie Moore says, having problems connecting the wideband in the channel list with HP tuners. Jackie, which wideband are you using, and how are you connecting it into the tuner? LT1 heads, LT4 supercharger, LS3 block. Yeah, man, I'm the tuner guy. I ain't the heads guy. But if anybody knows for sure, let me know. L8T. What's the L8T? Is that the new 6.3, 6.4, 6.6, whatever the new gas block? Yeah, 6.6 gas. 6.6? 6.6? Have they come out with the Crate Motor 6.6 yet based off that? Anybody know? So back to Star Wars. Anybody watch Star Wars tonight besides me? Yeah, Forge Botman for Gen 4. I don't know, you just have to look at the water jackets and the bolts, make sure everything... Oh, there you go. Mast has L8T blocks, machine ready to accept LS3 heads. I wonder what they had to do to go that way. Gotten into any more gearbox tuning yet? No. No. How triggered are you by these guys saying they're underspeed, overspeed, negative 20 to 20 makes sound like boats? Listen, that's what it is. I care less about that than people doing pops and bangs tunes. Pops and bangs tunes annoy me. Yeah, intake manifold absolute pressure. Dial change. Locating dial is in the wrong location. Interesting. Oh, good question, NK Motorsports. How would you utilize Megalog Veer to tune your VE like when using HB tuners? So, you have to basically make sure that you're logging everything that you would need to generate a VE table and set up a custom histograph. Did I not do a video on that? I might need to do a video on that. Because it's a lot to talk about as far as how to get all that done. Megalog viewer. I must not have, because it's not showing up. Normally, if I do a video on it, it's on the first page of YouTube, or on the first page of Google if I search for something that pertains to that. Mike, send me a message or something to remind me. I'll try and do one of those this weekend, so I can go in kind of in depth on what all needs to be set up to get the histogram, because the histogram setting it up can be a little bit wonky. How's the Cutlass coming along? Bad question. Good question. It's not coming along. Okay, so I get a weekly email from 3 or 4 different places saying that parts are on back order, and it's been very disheartening. I may spend some time working on it. I'd really like to get the thing on suspension so I can move it around easier. I need to burn the floors in still, but like the whole front sheet metal of the car is on back order. Just, hey Jerry, it's just, it's killing me. Yeah, Mike, I hate the self-tuning also, and so that's why whenever we were on race week last year, I ended up turning it off and just using Megalog Viewer to build histographs. So, Joseph Moore, what's the rule of thumb on spark when tuning boost? Turn it up until the guts of the motor's on the outside. No, start low. And you start seeing any kind of detonation, stop. Don't push it too far. Listen, spark, especially on boost platforms, are only going to generate so much power. You're getting, your power from boost. Hey, Dad. Everybody say hi to Dad. Dad's in here. Still have the smoke monster. Yeah, not getting rid of the smoke monster. I need to work on it. I've got parts for it. I got the new intake manifold that I need to send off and get it converted over to fuel injection. So that's one of the big things I'm waiting on there. Yeah, there you go. And colder plugs obviously are going to help on boost. Dynamic air plus fuel trims equal corrected airflow, then match MAF and VE to corrected airflow using this method. I don't think that works though. I understand what they're trying to do. So are they building an air graph for the MAF airflow and the VVE airflow versus the corrected airflow? Because there's a lot of weight that goes on. And by weight, I mean weighing the inputs to generate dynamic airflow. So I've done extensive testing on trying to figure out the relationship between dynamic airflow, MAF airflow, and VVE airflow. And it is a moving target. There is no simple way of taking that calculation and making it consistent to where you can find some kind of applied ratio to it. So, yeah, I don't know that would necessarily work right. Now, theoretically, if you have corrected airflow and then you're developing an air table to show how far off the MAF or VVE is to that, it might work, but there's really, I don't know that there's any difference between that and just taking your fuel term. I mean, you're going back to the same issue of like your fuel trims are not an accurate way of determining corrected airflow. But you're right. I need to talk to Matt over at Solving Mechanics, because we could probably sit here and talk each other into circles for hours. So, have you had a chance to tune any RZRs at side-by-sides yet? No. Yeah, I know, Randy. There's been a lot of people that's asked me to do them. I just, I don't know. I haven't even looked at their files yet to see what's going on with them. Airboat Tune 5.3 single turbo E85. Dyno is not an option. So what's a good time map and top time? Depends on how much boostage you're running, Enzo. Smoke shows VVE calculation from the HP Tuners forums. I don't guess I know that one. Unless that's the old school one. Oh yeah, that one works. That one works. I've done a video on that one, Schmidthead, of basically using that math to tune VVE off of the mass airflow. It's a pain. Hey, Sitting Low, it's a pain to do. 7 PSI, I don't know, 20 to 22 degrees, probably going to be peak timing on 7 PSI. Don't just go straight there, though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's be simple to incorporate a wideband into that if you're using fuel trims. I mean, you just add the wideband percentage into fuel trims, because fuel trims are reported in percentage. So, do you have a video or have any tips on getting a Gen 4 E38 follower dialed in after significant changes? Might flash an E38 from so get speed. You guys are both green. So, what, the throttle follower? Yeah, 23 sounds good, Enzo. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that, I don't know. Wait a second. Wait a second. Smoke Show, did this guy steal my formula? I can't remember if I did that before when this was posted. This guy may have stole my formula. Not that I would say anybody stole my formula. I don't care. I put the information out there for people to try it. I'm losing. Correct, Andrew. There's multiple things going on between the filter and stuff like that. Okay, I'm lost now. Thank you, Sir Malo. Be a 6-hour podcast. It might be the most boring thing that you ever heard of. 90mm drive-by-wire LS3 throttle body with X-Link. Well, there's your problem. Where do I start to correct this? Ditch the X-Link. Sorry. I know that's not what you want to hear, but man, X-Link causes nothing but issues. I think I'm to the point where nowadays, if anybody comes to me and says that they've got a throttle body ran with X-Link, I won't tune their car until they take it off. Because it causes so many problems. I'd be interested to see Gen 5 tuning that just deals with getting more out of a stock engine. Hey man, Brian, I got Gen 5 videos out there. You follow the process, you're going to get more out of the stock engine. Not a whole lot more. You know, the factory tunes aren't that bad on the Gen 5s. They're pretty good. VVE calculation tool. I don't use a calculation tool. What he's talking about though is the long math that allows you to generate VVE from mass airflow. And I've got a video on it that goes through all the stuff of what you have to log, put the math together. It's a lot of math, it's a mess. It worked though. What up, Danny? How you been, brother? Yes, fires this time of year. Oh, well, I thought you were saying you had a lot of fires to put out. Yeah, I got a lot of fires. Essentially though, in the video, I took the math, plugged it in, zeroed out the VVE table, and then took math data, used it, output VVE data, copied that in, built the table just off that data, and it fired up and ran. Now, it wasn't perfect by any means, but it did work, surprisingly. But there's also some funky stuff in there, like on that formula, where there has to be a constant calculated for your vehicle. There's not like a constant that works for all of them. But I didn't get that far into it because we're talking about, by the time you figured all that out, you could have just had the VVE2 table dialed in. So it's like, eh. So how do you know what Dynair is referencing at that point in time? That's the problem, Andrew. You don't know what dynamic air is referencing, especially whenever dynamic air is producing a number that does not have correlation to either of the two numbers. So there is stuff going on, at least in the later generations, that we don't see that is affecting dynamic air output. So, because you also have to be aware of the fact that mass airflow takes into account temperature, because temperature is part of calculating mass, whereas volumetric efficiency doesn't. And so any temperature changes have to be applied after the calculation, the VVE calculation. So Okay, what do I miss as I was sitting here talking myself into circles? What do you think about L83 with stock cam springs and a small like 67 mil neighborhood turbo? Hey man, I made like 1,000 on the L83 with stock bottom end. And the only reason that I ended up blowing it up is because of hitting fuel cut and being mad and just letting off the gas and hitting again, and it ran full lean. There's a whole video about it. But L83s are great little motors. Yeah, I gotta watch the transition between zones. VVE, we can sit here and talk about how crappy VVE is, then you get into some of the other stuff. Pedal commander, it is what it is. If you got HP tuners, why would you need a pedal commander? You can do the same thing, though. Hey, Brian, it doesn't matter performance mods or not. Listen, an engine is an engine is an engine. Whether or not it makes 100 horsepower or 1,000 horsepower, the process is the same. So don't worry about that. 6-liter drive-by cable S10 with big cam runs great, but sometimes stall and come to a light. It may not be throttle follower. EB, make sure that your IAC has enough room to control. It's really imperative that at temperature, like 180 plus, that you check your IAC counts and make sure that it's like in that 80, maybe 80 to 100 range. Because if it's not, you've ran out of control room of the IAC, and that's probably what's going on. So a lot of people jump straight to the follower or the cracker and things like that, and it's just that the throttle itself has not been dialed, so you may have to adjust the set screws. Well, a lot of times on VVE Schmidt is the zones have to be adjusted to where the peaks and valleys are, So, as I said, zones can only have so much shape. They're only like third order polynomial math or something like that, maybe fourth order, I can't remember. So there's only so many shapes that they can represent. And if you're trying to tune an area that might have an S shape in it, it just doesn't work. Where's a high pressure pump cap? The high pressure pump really doesn't cap. The low pressure pump is what's going to hold you back on the L83. Now, you might need to upgrade to a cam that has a 5-lobe versus a 3-lobe, but as long as the low pressure is there, you're going to be able to get the high pressure generally. What else we got? I keep on going on tangents over here, and I mean, we got a great crowd in here, which is awesome. So we're getting so many good questions I can't even get to an answer in time. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? Talking about heads. Okay, Scott says 40 P01 ECU or TCU or PCM, sorry. 408 cubic inch LS3 drive-by cable, HPT, rolling idle disabled, car runs great. IAC counts good at idle. Tried adjusting timing at idle, but undershoots, almost stalls before it catches itself at high idle, clutch in, coasting. So, I mean, I'd look at the throttle cracker in that situation, and then also look, should be a idle timing table for coasting or clutch in. Make sure that thing, you might have to add a couple degrees to that. What else we got? Tune mine using the correct method. It ran too lean to keep it that way. Wholesale added 10% to the OEVE tables. Yep, that works. Like getting, especially like later generation where you have VVE tables, getting too obsessed with VVE tables, which I am notorious for doing, isn't helpful. Like, man, Andrew George brings it up. There used to be an EQ to VVE tool that would calculate the zone boundaries. That was Blue Cat. And so HP tuners took the VVE tool and didn't do the zone boundaries, which is terrible now. EFI Live will do zone boundaries automatically. I don't know why HP tuners never put that in. I don't know if it just didn't work right, but I wish Blue Cat would update the software. The big thing I think that was killer for Blue Cat was every time HP tuners changed something, that it would break the software, and it was a lot of mapping to be able to go in and pull the data out of the software and then load it back in for all the zone shifts and stuff like that. There was a lot of scripting going on, and I could just see that would be an uphill battle of constantly trying to fix things. And the transmission tool somewhat still works, but is kind of broken. It can still be used in a roundabout way, but I remember whenever he was writing the VVE tool back in the day, because that's when I had my 2008 Corvette, and so I was actually using that tool while it was in early access testing kind of stage. So, what's the one, Chris? How you been, brother? We are probably getting close to wrap-up time here. Yeah, we got a couple minutes left. Listen, if you're watching this stream and you have not hit that like button, what are you doing? Hit the like button for me. Takes 1 second, literally 1 second. I want to see that number go up. We got 70 people in here, 17 likes, 65 people. There we go. There it goes. Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody. Thank you. And I wish Silver Surfer 77 luck. I don't get over to the forums as much as I used to. I should probably jump back over and see what's going on. Exactly. I don't know I'll get much done this weekend. I've got to clean the garage. I got to get some of these parts, these Oldsmobile parts, out of the garage and put them in storage, because there's no space in the garage. Then I also have to button up that 6-liter. I need to finish bolting it together and put the oil pump on and the oil pan, stuff like that. So, but I ain't got a lot of motivation for this weekend, so we'll see how it goes. I also have to do yard work. I mean, what do I not have to do this weekend? You ever get shipping? You see the stack of boxes back here? That's what that is. So, some of those have labels on them too. But now that you say that, I do have a new shipping label printer en route. I'm going to get caught up finally. So, just don't hold me to it. I'm pretty good at shipping whenever you buy something, but whenever I give stuff away for free, I'm pretty bad about it. And I don't know where my list went. Let me look. Is this my list over here? Yep, there's my list. Okay, I've still got a list of everything that needs to be shipped out. Aww. Hell. Huh. Is the normal fuel pressure to vary by 10 psi? Yeah. It's trust me. I still have it. The hat still exists. You're still getting one. Well, you got to realize there's a lot going on with fuel pressure that's going to change it. So, obviously, duty cycle is going to cause it to go down, but at the same time, if it's a boosted platform where you have injector head pressure, that's going to mitigate that. There's just so much going on. So, yes, not a big ordeal for fuel pressure to vary by 10 psi. Any good tricks to keep my TPS from moving? Take your foot off the pedal. I don't know. You got to give me more details than that. Well, I'm hoping to get caught up with all my shipping. That's why it's still invisible range back here to shame me. Makes me shamed every time I see it, but not enough to do anything about it. Once I get all that cleared out, I'll start doing giveaways again. I promise. Built a 416 with an LSA, trying to build 1,000 horsepower daily on 93. Think it's possible. Yep. Might need methanol injection. I don't know. 1,000 might be squeezing the LSA pretty hard, though. What's a good ambient temp to tune in? Matthew, any. See you, Brad. My wife got that for me. Yeah. I've got a recognizer over here. Boop. Beep. I'm a big Tron fan, if you couldn't tell. Bingo. Yeah, thank you, Frederick. Yeah, dude, trust me, Cole. Don't get me started on it. Good ambient temp to tune in. I like 75 to 85, but it doesn't matter. Tune in any temperature. So, see ya, Mark H. Since we're on the subject injector, do you have a favorite boost? Say, supercharged Magnuson. Favorite 4 boost. Favorite injector? Brand? Type? What do you mean, Fuzzy? I like snake eaters. They're cheap. G-Schwartz makes very good injectors. I don't know why not, Danny. No, the VVE tables are important. You just don't have to obsess about them, especially on torque cars. Yes. You don't have to obsess about them. They don't need to be within 3% of perfect. You're never going to get them. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, I like snake eaters. And they've got their new premium line, which I'll probably try on my next one. So, hey, listen, mass airflow tuning you can do in any temperature because it said temperature is a calculation of mass. So, shouldn't be an issue. Oh, I don't know, Danny. I do not know any details. Yeah, I've got the Snake Eater 1500s in the Nova. And I haven't had any issues that I know of from injectors. I ran the Snake Eater 1500s in the Super Auto. No, maybe it wasn't 50. Maybe it was 850s. I ran the 850s in the Super Auto. I've ran like three of their sets of injectors. In fact, I got them in the Typhoon. Okay, yeah, let's wrap it up. So, thank you as always for another great Thursday. The number's bigger. This number over here. I don't know how this works. I don't know where to put my hands. The number in the corner is bigger than last week, so that's a bonus. 685. Man, you're going to have to use an injector calculator for that. But, okay, yeah, I'm signing off. Listen, you guys know the drill. Thanks for talking about garage. Remember, ABT, always be tuning.